Since October 2009, League of Legends has been around, and in this series I will discuss the lore of every in-game character in order of release date. If you'd like to see more or support me directly, then please subscribe to the channel.
Right between the eyes.
Ashe, the Iceborn war mother of Freljord Everosan tribe, is in charge of the largest horde in the north. She's stoic, bright, and idealistic, yet she also feels uneasy in her leadership position. She uses her ancestors' magical traditions to wield a true ice bow. Ashe inspires to reunite the Freljord by reclaiming their ancestral tribal territories, as her people believe she's the fabled hero Everosa reborn. Ashe is Iceborn, a member of the warrior caste with the uncommon ability to use the power of true ice, and an ancestor's link to the magic of her homeland. Grenna is the matriarchal chief of the small Everosan tribe, and Ashe is her only child. It was widely believed that Ashe would succeed her mother as the tribe's leader in the future, but Ashe never wanted glory like this. Rather, from making her feel comfortable, Ashe felt burdened, alone with the awful responsibility of her remarkable powers and warlike history. Her soul break came during the summer hunts around the Ornkal rocks, when they would host Sejuani, an Iceborn girl from a sister tribe. The bond between the ladies defined their early years, but it ended as they were teenagers. The friendship between Sejuani's grandma and Grenna abruptly terminated because of some unspecified offense. As their youth faded, Ashe's mother set out on a lifelong journey to find the fabled Throne of Everosa, a magical item trove she would believe would restore her people to glory. However, Grenna's faith in myths and predictions drove her to take chances that frequently left her tribe vulnerable. Ultimately, Grenna met her demise on an unnecessary and perilous raid into the territory of another tribe. Young Ashe was forced to flee after her untimely death, and a majority of her tribe perished. Pursued by herself, Ashe discovered the purported burial of Everosa and her enchanted true ice bow by following her mother's final blueprint to a deserted glacier. After taking out her mother's killer with the weapon, Ashe headed west. Whether it was out of loneliness or responsibility, Ashe made a name for herself by defending the several dispersed hearthbound tribes she came across. She refused to follow the tradition of taking thralls, instead choosing to accept these helpless individuals as complete members of her new tribe, and her notoriety swiftly spread. Many soon came to think that she was more than just carrying Everosa's weapon. Rather, she was the legendary figure herself, resurrected and sent to bring the Freljord back together. However, her followers were not nourished by tall tales, and after a protracted march south, the tribe was in danger of hunger. As a result, Ashe took use of the legends that surrounded her to forge connections with the strong and wealthy southern tribes, vowing to bring them together to create a country strong enough to oppose other nations. Ashe soon discovered herself at the heart of a political dispute as a result of her new relationships and the threats they posed. It was customary for a war mother, as the tribal leaders of Freljord are called, to get married, and marrying someone from one of the larger tribes would infuriate the other tribes. Ashe could take multiple husbands, but that would only intensify the strife inside her own family, and the resulting carnage would destroy the bonds she had worked so hard to forge. Her response was a destitute wanderer named Tryndamere, a warrior from a virtually extinct mountain clan. Despite not possessing any elemental abilities or being a spirit walker, Tryndamere entered every single dueling ring he could discover after moving to Ashe's new capital. Desperate to show that the poor remnants of his clan were deserving of being adopted by a more powerful tribe, he engaged in bloody combat. His amazing vigor and vicious combat technique, however, were unnerving even for the Freljord, and many feared he was tainted by dark magic. Disregarding this, Ashe declared that if he became her first and only bloodsworn, she would take his people as their own. Tryndamere nodded grudgingly. Despite being married for political reasons, they were clearly attracted to one another, and over time, a genuine affection developed. And that is the story of Ashe. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.